What's up, guys? This is Corey. Welcome to CNA Films and Animation. Today is Saturday, and today's Netflix recommendation is God Bless America. Directed by Bobcat Goldthwait and starring Joel Murray and Tara Lynn Barr. The film's about Joel Murray. He's a man who suffers from insomnia and crippling headaches, and he pretty much hates society. You know, he hates how the media portrays people and how it's so negative all the time. He hates his noisy neighbors who has a very loud and obnoxious screaming baby that keeps him up at night. And, you know, he just realizes that, you know, everybody in the world they can no longer have an actual conversation without bringing up something from the internet or from, you know, some kind of pop culture reference or something. You know, nobody has real conversations anymore without a TV screen in front of them or their cell phone or whatever. And he gets tired of it. And upon hearing that his headaches are caused by a brain tumor that is considered to be inoperable, he pretty much decides that he's going to go out and kill people that he feels doesn't deserve to live. And the first person that he kind of kills off is a 16-year-old girl who appeared on a TV show. She's very bratty, very rude to her parents. Her parents are more or less, you know, they succumb to her wishes and everything to make her happy. And he kills her, and then, you know, he decides that he's going to kill himself afterward. But before he can do that, a 16-year-old girl who witnesses him murdering the other girl goes up to him at his hotel room and says, "You need to not kill yourself because people will say that you were in love with her and that you couldn't have her, so you killed her and then went over to a motel to kill yourself. And, you know, plus there's all sorts of other people that deserve to die." So that's what they do. They go out and kill people that they feel doesn't deserve to live, such as people who talk in movie theaters, or a group that's similar to the Westboro Baptist Church. You know, just different groups and people that they feel are not worthy of life. And from there, they kind of form a Bonnie and Clyde style friendship and go off and kill people. As I said earlier, it was directed by Bobcat Goldthwait, and his directing style can work, and at sometimes it doesn't work. This film, it just so happens that it does work. Joel Murray does a really good job at portraying this character that is fed up with society, fed up with, you know, pop culture and everything, and basically goes out and gets rid of him. You know, gets rid of the people that he feels doesn't deserve to live, along with the help of a 16-year-old girl. This film is kind of a dark comedy. It runs about an hour and 45 minutes long, and honestly, you don't really feel that. You know, it's a very fast-paced film. It's very dark in tone. I mean, it's a very dark comedy. Almost to the point of not being a comedy at all. But, I mean, there are some comedic moments throughout. So, I mean, it's not all dark and everything, but it's still pretty... It's a pretty dark film. Tara Lynn Barr does a really good job in her performance as well. She really brings a lot of the comedic elements to the film. Some of the things she says and does, I guess, is pretty humorous, I guess. And, you know, this film does have a very strong message that it wants to get across, and at times I see where they're going with it. Other times I'm like, okay, that's either a little preachy or it's not handled the best way possible. I don't necessarily agree with everything that Joel Murray does, and, you know, there are some things that he does in this film that's a little hard to watch, especially the beginning scene. Yeah, the beginning scene is one scene that I feel was a little too far and almost made me turn it off. But I stuck with it, I watched it, and I ended up loving it. This film also does a really good job at portraying today's TV, societal TV, at least for American TV. It does a really good job at portraying reality shows. You know, there's different spin-offs of shows like American Idol and I guess like Real Housewives or Jersey Shore, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it does a really good job at portraying a lot of what society views today. And for that, I applaud it. I mean, it really does a good job. The film premiered in 2011 at Toronto Film Festival, but it didn't get a wide release, or at least a limited release, until 2012. This film would have made my top 10 list last year, but as I felt that it would be a very difficult film to recommend to other people, and I'm going to say that too with this film, you know, in this review as well, this is a very difficult film to recommend because everybody has different viewpoints. There's some imagery in this film that is hard to watch, at least I feel. And, you know, I love this movie. It's one of my favorites from last year. And I think it's an excellent film that has a strong political message, I guess. And, you know, whether you agree with it or not, I don't fully agree with it, but I appreciate it. And, you know, my rating's going to be relatively high, but then again, I mean, go into this with, you know, be aware of what you're going to get into, because like I said, there is some stuff that is hard to watch, especially the first couple of scenes. If once you see it, or if you hear about it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But, I mean, it's a great film. I absolutely loved it. I'm going to give God Bless America a 9.5 out of 10. So tell me, guys, have you seen God Bless America? If you have, what'd you think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What'd you think of Frank's viewpoints? What'd you think of, you know, the film's messages overall? Comment below, let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you guys like this review, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Be sure to check out our other videos. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And as always, I'm Corey, and I'll see you guys in the next one.